Hello lovely people, and welcome back to another video on my channel. In today's video I'm going to sort of be starting a dark matter kind of series. It's not going to be showing you how to get each gun gold, but it's going to be me showcasing some tips I have for each weapon class as I get them diamond myself. This first episode will be assault rifles and the submachine guns. I'm also not going to run through every single challenge that there is for them because I don't think that's necessary. I'm going to go through the ones that I thought were harder and more challenging to get and give some tips on how I got those. So let's get straight into this first episode. So first off, headshots. Headshots are the first thing you have to do with every single gun in each weapon class. I know these can be a bit challenging for some people, and on some guns especially, they can be quite hard. So one of my biggest tips is to make sure that you're finding the right game mode, whether this be hardcore or regular. Some guns I found a lot easier to get headshots in hardcore, whereas others were easier in regular mode. For example, the Vesper submachine gun has quite a lot of kick. I found it easier to play this in regular mode, sort of aim around the shoulders area and let the kick take it up to the head, which means by the time you got the last bullet on someone, they died with a headshot. Secondly, don't always go for headshots. I know your aim is to try and get 100 headshots as quickly as you possibly can with each gun, but not every situation suits going for a headshot. When you run into someone, face on 1v1, it's not always ideal to try and line up for a headshot. There's a good chance that that person is going to shoot and kill you before you even manage to line up and shoot them. So run around with your gun at a normal angle, straight in front of you. Imagine where the majority of people's heads are. What I mean by this is the majority of people, including myself, run around sort of looking downwards like this at the ground. I don't really know why, it just seems more natural to do that. My best tip is to run around with the gun at about this height, straight in front of you. That way when you run into an enemy, if this stupid bot ever comes around and finds me, when you run into an enemy, you're at a better height to try and get a headshot. You're not going to do it every time, but it's easier than running around and aiming for the head like this every time. Because how many times that recruit bot has shot me before I even managed to get properly lined up. So always make sure that you're not always going for headshots, but you're at a place where if it slips up, you're definitely going to get one. Now there are times where you should go for a headshot, and this is when you come up behind someone, you see them running, you see them camping in a corner, and they haven't seen you. The best way to do this is to, when you're playing games, constantly flank. Try and get round the side. If you know there's a sniper camping in the top building on the other side of the map, try and get round the side of them, get behind them, and line up for a headshot that way. That's how you can get quick headshots. So apart from when the person hasn't seen you, the best way to get headshots is just by playing and making sure that you're shooting towards the upper half of people's body, but not specifically for the head. And if you get one, you'll get one, and if you don't, you don't. Sometimes though you'll find even when you're aiming at the middle of the body, you end up getting a random headshot, and I can't explain that, but free headshot. Once you've got the headshots with submachine guns, it's easy enough to complete the rest of the challenges. The revenge kills will come as you're playing, so just go for the rest of the challenges as you would do normally, and you'll get those really quickly. So in the assault rifle category, one of the challenges that people find the hardest to do is the long shots challenge. Long shots in Black Ops 3 are actually pretty long for assault rifles. They're most of the way across the map, and they're quite often quite hard to hit. At first I found it easiest to use a thermal sight on my assault rifles, and this worked quite well actually. Using a thermal sight seems to really reduce the recoil, making these long shots extremely easy to do. However, there is another attachments combination that works even better than using the thermal sight. When you equip a silencer, it reduces the range on a gun on its gun stat chart. So a good tip is to equip a silencer to the guns that you want to use, and this will decrease the distance required to get long shot medals. Also, the Varic sight, when used on minimum zoom, also decreases the distance required for long shots. This means that with this combination of attachments, you'll be getting long shots at much shorter distances, and those 10 long shots will come so much easier. So that's it for this video. I hope you found the tips I have for the hardest challenges in these two weapon classes useful. If you have, feel free to hit the like button below, Subscribe for more content and the rest of the episodes coming in this series, and I will see you guys later.